Greetings, zombie slayers. Sleepy Jim here, bringing you some more. Yes, it is DayZ, the mod for Arma 2, and this is a new series that I'm going to start with you guys. It is called Return to Chernarus. And yes, I'm back. I've got a new character. Let's get my gun. Where the hell? There we go. That's better. The Makarov starting pistol, a classic DayZ weapon, and my cute little backpack as well. Looks like I've spawned in Otmel, which is kind of in the middle of nowhere actually. Let's maybe head out to this island out here. There's actually a spot right in the middle somewhere here where you can actually wade out to it, I believe, without having to swim. So maybe we'll try and find that spot. And the problem with swimming in DayZ is built into the game. It's meant to be there. It's not a bug or a glitch. But what happens is you can drop your stuff and lose it in the water if you swim. So you have to be a little bit careful. We'll see how we go here. So far so good. No swimming so far. This is good. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Maybe we'll be able to get across this little area here. I'm just watching my backpack. Hopefully that doesn't disappear. Come on, come on. And we'll head over here to this island. And there's actually a boat shed over here, I believe. And people say that sometimes you can get a boat that spawns in that... Oh, god damn! I lost my pack. That sucks. Oh well. It adds to the challenge, doesn't it? Adds to the survival skills we'll have to use. Never mind. We're all good. We'll be fine. And you do get a few zombies over here. Basically, the zombies do spawn in wherever there's buildings or structures. So, you can see a couple over there. I'll try and skirt around the edges, and we'll go check out the boat shed, because sometimes, as I said, you can apparently find a boat in here that you can actually use as a vehicle, which would be pretty cool. I'd really like to find a vehicle in this playthrough if I can. Get a bit lucky. Alright, so far so good. There is a zombie on the roof. There's two zombies on the roof. Interesting. Let's see if I can pick him off. Yep, beautiful shot, if I do say so myself. Let's go have a look in the boat shed. The entrance is around here by the looks of it. Don't think that dude's dropped anything. Hopefully I haven't attracted too many zombies with that gunshot. Let's maybe go up the ladder here. Doesn't look like we've got a boat, unfortunately. Oh well, no loot either. See if we can drop down here without killing ourselves. There we go, beautiful. You have to be super careful what you drop off in this game, because you can break your legs or die from what seem to be fairly low drops. It's kind of meant to be more realistic than like Call of Duty or whatever, where you can just leap off high buildings without dying. So that's pretty cool. Let's maybe head up that hill. Now, just to hopefully we don't get these. Uh-oh. Let's just try and sprint for the water here. And we'll try and lose them in the in this little channel here, if we can. Water's not as effective as it used to be for getting the zombies to slow down enough to pick them off easily. They seem to be more confident swimmers these days. So that's where we'll head, maybe up that hill. And yes, well, that's the spot we wanted to get across before. I didn't have to swim at all there. Oh well, you live and learn. And I guess we'll have to find ourselves a backpack now and whatnot. But yeah, I'm on version 1.6.0.1 of the DayZ mod. And that did bring in a few changes since my last playthrough, and I'll explain those as well for those of you guys who are new to the game. And I can tell you now, I have learned a great deal about DayZ and how to play it, and some of those tips and tricks I'll hopefully be able to explain to you guys as we go through. I'm no expert, of course. This mod is changing all the time, and there's little things that you pick up, little tricks of the trade as you go through. One thing I'll explain is the symbols that you see on the right hand side of the screen. The top one that looks like a face, well, basically is a face. That one is basically your humanity level. If it's a smiley face, it means you've got high humanity. And if it turns into like a snarling, frowny, evil-looking face, that means it's you basically become a bandit. That happens if you kill or you murder someone in the game, and you can regain your humanity back by doing various things as well. So it did work out what that symbol is for. Now below that there's a temperature gauge. It didn't used to do anything, but in the new update that's came out, it does. What that does is two things. Well, it does one thing, let's be honest. It measures your body temperature, and you can see what that is in the debug screen at the moment, by the way. Basically, if you fall below a certain level, something like 30 degrees, around that, if it falls too low, then what will happen is you can have a random chance of catching a cold, and you can also catch infections now. So those two things are new, changes to the health system. And they have introduced antibiotics in the game that will help you if you have the infection, to cure you of that. And you can catch the infection off other players as well. There's a random chance of that happening. So that's really cool that they've brought that in. And when it comes to getting a cold or catching a cold, that can happen if you get too cold as well, as I said. And you get cold if you swim a lot in the water. If it rains, if it's night time, the wind affects you and all that stuff as well. So you have to warm up if you get too cold. You can do that a number of ways, like by standing next to a fire. That takes a fair while to heat you up. Going indoors, some of that sort of thing. Running does tend to warm you up as well in the daylight. But the quickest way is to find a heat pack that they've introduced and use that on yourself, and you'll basically instantly go back to your correct temperature, your healthy temperature. So that's a change that they've brought in as well. And I'm just heading up. What was that? Did you hear something then? I'm not sure if that was something behind me there. Anyway, we'll keep going. Getting paranoid already in this game, but at least we haven't got swarmed by zombies like I did in my first playthrough, basically as soon as I spawned in. Okay, what was I saying? Some of the other changes that they've brought in, you can find a hatchet now. So instead of basically finding piles of wood to make a fire, you can use the hatchet once you get it to basically chop down a tree and get wood and use that for a fire. So that's pretty awesome. Don't have to rely on drops for that. And that allows you to basically, you can hide out in the woods a lot easier if you have matches and a hunting knife. That was definitely a shot back there, but it's behind us now anyway, so I'll just keep heading in this direction. Yeah, it's probably some dude that spawned in. Well, that doesn't sound like Makarov, does it? Anyway, I'll just keep going. What I'm going to do in this playthrough, by the way, is visit some of the more interesting places in Chernarus. And what we're going to do first is a tour of the 3 castles in Chernarus, hopefully. And this first one that we're heading to is quite conveniently close to where we've spawned in. It's actually called Rog, I think it's called. And this isn't it here, by the way. This is just some random ruin. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but it's pretty cool. Just gonna have a look down here. Always tend to scout the roads and things. You don't want to just dash across without looking in case there's somebody following the road. That'll pick you off. Yeah, Just to explain the other symbols as well, for people that might be watching this for the first time, the thing that looks like a bottle, and there's our castle up ahead, that is your thirst. Below that is your blood, which is sort of like your health meter, and below that is your hunger meter. Okay, I'm going to try and scout this. We'll go the stealth route. I'm not just going to charge into these places, because I want to be able to conserve ammo as much as possible. And some people, when they come from things like Call of Duty Zombies or, you know, Left 4 Dead and stuff like that, and play DayZ, they might sort of charge into a group of zombies and just try and take them all down, Rambo style. But in this game, it's a stealth game. It's really about avoiding the zombies as much as possible, because there is so limited ammo, and you really want to be able to sneak your way around them and stuff like that using stealth tactics. And crouch running basically reduces the noise that you make, so they can so that they won't detect you so much. But you can also sneak while you crouch running, like I'm doing here around this corner. Let's head up here in the main keep of the castle. Now what I like to do these days is scout out these buildings, these lootable areas first before I actually pick anything up. Actually, it doesn't look like we've got any drops here, unfortunately. But I'd just like to check to make sure no one's already up here, because if you just take your time coming up, picking everything up, then you could have an unpleasant surprise if someone comes down from above at you, because they'll hear you coming up the stairs straight away. And I've actually caught a person out myself in this castle, either this one or one of the other ones anyway. I was coming down the stairs and he was crouched on the stairs picking stuff up, so I just had to take him out to be on the safe side. But I'm just having a look around here, make sure, because we did hear shots before. I'm just going to make sure that that person is not following me up to this this castle. But you get a pretty good view up here. It's pretty awesome. And normally you do get quite a few drops in this main keep area, and a couple of the other areas around here, like the stairs you can see down there, you get some drops normally, and the entrance, that gateway area down there. But sometimes the game glitches out a little bit, and you notice we didn't really have any zombies up here either, and that's usually a sign. If the zombies don't spawn, then the loot probably hasn't spawned either, and that sometimes happens occasionally in the game, and you just have to maybe either go away and come back, or just wait around a fair bit. But we'll maybe go check out another couple of these places here and see if there's anything there, and if there isn't, we'll maybe head west and head towards the other castle, the other smaller castle in the map, before we head to the main one, which is pretty epic. So let's get down here. It sucks there's nothing here, especially since I'm after a backpack now, and often you do find backpacks and stuff here. Absolutely no zombies. See if there's anything down here. So there's a little side room here. Nothing in here. I guess this is like a gatehouse or something. Yeah, well that sucks. That was a bit disappointing. We haven't got a compass or anything at this point, so I just kind of have to get my bearings here and work out where the sea is. Once I know where that is, I'll know which direction we need to head in, but maybe we'll go check out those stairs first before we leave. You do usually get a few loot points on these stairs, but nothing there, man. It doesn't look like there's anything whatsoever. So much for Castle Rogue. Oh, here we go. Nice. So this is, it looks like stuff is spawning in for us now. What do we got here? Another water bottle, empty one. And some ammo for a gun I don't have yet. I'll just have another quick look in here. Ah, beautiful. Binoculars. Awesome. These things are pretty important for our scouting areas before we move in. I'm going to head back to the keep and see if anything spawned in there finally for us. So you can see how sometimes you do have to wait if you charge, or if you move quickly into an area, you have to give things a chance to spawn. What do we got over there? Looks like we got some Pepsi and stuff. At least they've been balanced with this game. Let's maybe jump over here and take a look. They put both Pepsi and Coke, and I think they've recently they've started putting Mountain Dew in as well. So a bit of everything. It's a super cool place, this castle. It'll be awesome to set up a base here with some friends. But we're going to play the Lone Wolf, I think, in this game and see if we can use some solo survival skills. Heat pack, there you go. And we got some more food and stuff like that. I'll just basically pick up everything that I can fit in my pack. Well, I don't have a pack, but fit in my inventory until we find a pack. Hopefully we can get a pack in this keep now. I have found an Alice backpack here before. So I've got plenty of food. I'm not going to starve to death for a while by the looks of it. I'm just going to go up to the top and come back down. So there's nothing right up top there. Let's take a look at what we've got here. Some Makarov mags. Do I need 2 bandages? I don't think so. Let's get some more mags. There's a kind of a limit to what I can fit in, unfortunately. But if you can't... actually, I can fit a fair bit of this kind of stuff in. So let's maybe stock up on this food and stuff and the drink. Oh, compass. Awesome. These things are really, really important for finding your direction, obviously, in the game, because it's such a huge map. It's like over 250 square kilometers that can get lost pretty easily if you're out in the woods or wherever without a compass. And okay, we've got some more food here and soft drinks and more Coke. I just have to be a little bit careful that I don't get caught in here by some other survivor or bandit coming up and checking it out. And I'm going to drink some of this because there's plenty of soft drink here. I might as well fill up my on soft drink, and then we can just carry the other stuff that we can fit in. Alright. I'm so glad I found that compass. It's awesome. So we lasted quite a while the last playthrough that we did on DayZ, and hopefully we can last longer this time, because the way that I died was pretty stupid. Let's take one last look in here. If you remember, ended up making it all the way to the northwest airfield, and then we died after taking out all the zombies there. Looking back, what I think actually happened, you might remember, I'm just checking the direction we're heading in here. Where we want to head is kind of west, actually. Slightly northwest. Northwest, is that what you call it? Something like that. And yeah, what I think happened was because the zombies, when they attack you, right, they don't actually slap you physically or do anything like that. They just kind of have a proximity attack where if they're close to you, they do you damage. And they can see you through walls, and they can also damage you through walls because it's that proximity attack. It doesn't have anything to do with physically touching you. So I think there must have been a zombie on the roof of the I think it was the fire station that I was in. I was in the stairwell, and there must have been one on the roof outside where I was standing, and I think he broke my legs, and then it was all downhill from there, unfortunately. But looking back, I kind of cringe at that series that I did. I mean, it was awesome fun, and I did reasonably well. That was one of my first ever games of DayZ. But there's a lot of things I did completely wrong and that I didn't know about at all. That was pretty basic. Like, for instance, I didn't know how to put stuff in my backpack. I just thought things were going in my backpack when they were just going in my inventory. And I certainly know how to do that now.